I mean, probably a Final Four game. If the
yeah,
matchups happen.
yeah. It was unfortunate that it ended up being that way, and you know, a lot of the crime committed there was the TWSAA aligning us like that. I mean, we played a sectional against a team that's 20 minutes down the road. So we're kind of wild, and that is the most attended sub-state sectional game we've ever had that I've ever been a part of here. Typically, they're kind of sleepers, and that one was pretty wild.
Coach, describe climbing the ladder, you and the team being able to cut down the nets tonight.
You know, it never gets old. People say that, you know, and it's just such a great feeling because at that moment you're flashing back to a hot gym in June somewhere. You're flashing back to August when you're doing your preseason stuff, and then all the emotions of having the successful game, you know, all the emotions of that just kind of all attack you at once, and it's just a great feeling. See the joy on their faces. Yeah.
Coach, is this the first time since 22?
22, yeah.
When y'all were runner-up in state. Mm-hmm. Just talk about this group was probably weren't even freshmen. Your seniors.
They would have been eighth graders. The seniors would have been eighth graders.
How special is that for them to be able to make their own legacy?
It is, you know, and Justin is a legacy. His brother played on our state title team in 19, Tyler. So that's got to be pretty sweet. He's been sitting on the sidelines here and on the baselines for many years. So him to be a part of a state team is pretty cool. But you know, you go down there and whether it's great or whether it's not great, you just hope you get back. You get, you know, and as an older coach, you know, say, hey, when is that opportunity going to come again? And those young men delivered that for this guy. So I'm very appreciative to be able to go to Murfreesboro at least one more time.
Talk to us about Justin and what he was able to give the team tonight.
Jay's had a strong year, but our guards have had a strong year. Justin, Carson, Brendan, Sean, those guys are, you know, for high school, they're uncommon sized guards and they're big, strong guards. And that has helped us a little bit where we're giving away some size inside. So Jay's been great all year, but so have all three of the guards. And our team's been special because anytime you're 36-1, somebody's had to take a back seat at different times in their roles, and those guys have embraced those roles, and it makes all the difference.
There were some back-to-back possessions. One I think made it 34-27, and then it was a 10-point game, and the bench kind of erupted. Describe kind of what that moment was like, where it required a lot of fight, but delivered huge buckets in that moment.
Well, that's another good thing about this group. You can watch our bench, and we watch our bench on film when we grade film, and to see how involved and how excited they are. So I think the guys on the floor feed off that. Yep.
You mentioned a little bit about your guards. Carson seemed to get you going early, and then third quarter, you got some really big shots from Brendan. And it seemed like Justin, you know, was he didn't maybe do it for you scoring as much tonight, but you could still tell he was a leader in getting the ball up the court and getting across the timeline. Just talk about those three guys.
Yeah, Carson has started fast for us in several games. I remember the one game we lost against St. Thomas Aquinas from Florida. He hit, I don't know, 3 or 4 threes in the opening 2 or 3 minutes of that game. In those games we played up there against Calvary and against North Mecklenburg out of Charlotte. You know, those were big games for us to play in. So he started fast in those high-level games. That's been great. And Brendan. We actually called Brendan's number one time tonight in a thumb-up play we have because I saw him make one, and he's a streaky shooter. You know, so he got a little warm there and made some big buckets. He converted his layups when they were attacking us. And what was the other one?
Justin. What he did, I don't know.
Well,
I actually forgot to get the book.
Well, we need Justin to do things off ball too, and we've tried at different times in the year to move him off ball. I think in college he'll play off ball a little bit at that two guard. But I mean, I can't say enough about all our guys. I mean, you don't win that many games and have that kind of success without commitment from everyone. So I'm very proud of the team.
It was a one-possession game going into halftime. What was the message to the team to maintain that level of intensity so that they could sustain maybe a comeback from Maryville and end up winning this game?
We don't like where that score is. I mean, we're averaging 75 a game, giving up 46. You know, so that wasn't our pace. But at the same time, we were in the game with Jay riding the bench for the last 3 minutes of the game. So I had to feel like we were in a pretty good spot. You know, we're at home, you know, hoping that if we felt like, and Coach Place said at one point, you know, if we were up 2 or 3 possessions, he feels good about it because they really couldn't speed us up. And when they did try to speed us up, we hit them on the back end. So that was a good thing. And, you know, speaking of Coach Place, Tyler Place, he came here with me in 2016, and he had a great defensive game plan for this one. He works really hard at that. So y'all need to shout out Tyler Place. He did a great job.
We'll talk about defense. I mean, you guys forced a number of turnovers today. How much of that was maybe part of what you came up with?
We've been forcing turnovers in games. We just haven't been converting them to points in lots. We get a little sloppy when we're trying to convert, but you know, if they're turning it over, that's a good thing. It's not in their hands. And they are a talented basketball team. They have some good players, and that size advantage inside was no joke.
You mentioned just maybe wanting to get back to the state tournament. I guess maybe what's the message to the team now that you're maybe trying to, or now that you're able to get to that point?
Well, you can't win it unless you're there. You know, no matter who you get, who you draw, you can't make a push to be a champion until you get down there. So now we have a puncher's chance in Murfreesboro.
Last question I have, what does it say about your district and region that just went final before y'all started cutting down the nets? Farragut is going to state as well. First
Yeah.
State too, I think.
Yeah, it's been a long time. You know, they're a tough cover too. And even though the upset happened over at Maryville, it was not in my mind a foregone conclusion that Farragut wouldn't win. You know, it doesn't surprise me. But I wasn't, also after knowing Ken Wright a long time, wasn't surprised that Sevier County pulled that upset at Maryville either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shocked me.
The Film Room is presented by Smart Bank. Play smart, bank smart. Smart Bank. For more information, visit smartbank.com.